Just a quick little video about harvesting and processing garlic. I've done lots of videos on this before. I just wanted to show you something. A sign that the garlic has been left too long. So I got my two teenagers here doing an awesome summer task processing garlic, which just involves taking a bulb like this and removing, sort of cleaning it off a little bit, removing these roots and cutting off the top. Oops, I shouldn't have dropped it like that. Don't drop your garlic. Be gentle with your garlic. Anyway, they leave them like this. And then I have a place in my garage where we put them near a fan for a couple of days to dry out. And then they're ready for storage. Anyway, we've got a couple garlic over here. And this is a sign that I probably should have harvested my garlic maybe 2 weeks ago. So most of it's fine, but maybe 10% looks like this. So you can see the skins, the wrappings have broken down and they're starting to open up. Right, here's another one like this. This isn't a disease or anything. Here's one. So these garlic are still usable, but they're really no good for storage. That's why we set them aside. These get used first. Here's one that's really broken open. Okay. It just means that these garlic were ahead of the other ones in terms of their development. Once they get to a certain point in the summer, that paper breaks down and each of these cloves kind of starts activating. Each clove will start rooting and it'll actually start to grow a bit, and it's basically preparing itself for next year. You don't want that, right? Because you want to eat them, you want to store them, you don't want them putting out roots and starting to use up the energy that's stored in the bulb. So the general rule of thumb is that as soon as you see the tips, 4 tips of these leaves turn gold, that's when you should pull them. I waited till all of the tips. I always wait a bit. I mean, this happens to me every year. I always think I can get a little more size out of my garlic, and I always leave them longer than they should be left. And I always have some go like this. We use them up anyway, but it's sort of suboptimal. So I got to develop a better routine for timing when to harvest these. But anyway, most of them are still fine. They're like this, right? So like a perfect, nice big fat garlic. It's a nice 3-incher here. But yeah, some fraction are like this. Still usable, just not storage material, and these are no good for using as seed garlic. So once they're done processing all these, and once I've dried them all, I'm going to pick the biggest, best ones with the biggest individual cloves. I'll set aside about 50 of those for using next year as seed garlic. The rest get used as food. Anyway, just a quick video on the timing of when to harvest garlic. Don't be like me. Don't keep waiting and waiting and waiting, thinking they're going to get bigger and bigger. There's a point where they just stop growing and the cloves start rooting. And when that starts happening, all that paper breaks down and they stop being like this and they start being like this. And that's not what you want, whether you're going to harvest your garlic for storage or you're going to harvest your garlic as seed garlic. Either way, you don't want that. All right, so I hope you found that interesting. Would you please like, share, subscribe, and until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching. Do you guys like processing garlic?
Yeah.
No. One was lying and one was telling the truth. All right.